Fallout. A franchise so big I don't got enough fucking time to make a video about. A franchise so big, starting from a small company, from a Western RPG turn-based game, to a full-fledged, high-budget, third-person shooter Western RPG. And me, I am a huge fan of the franchise. I got Fallout 3, the Game of the Year edition right here, day one, and I also got New Vegas, which I did play later on. I did not play when this came out. In fact, first time I played it was like 4 years ago, because I was told by everyone around me that it was trash. So, like a dumb child, I listened. And what a hooligan I was, what a charlatan, because this game is fucking amazing. Better than this, and I love this. It is, but this is just something on a different level. So I wanted today to talk about how much I love this game, go in depth about it, and hopefully share some of my experience with you guys. After the booming success of Fallout 3, Bethesda immediately commissioned a sequel, but their main developers were too busy focusing on Skyrim, based on the Elder Scrolls franchise from their other series. So they reached out to good old Obsidian, the people behind the original games, Fallout 1 and 2. So they commissioned a sequel and they asked them to make the game. They gave them 18 months. 18 fucking months. You heard me correctly. 18 months to make one of the biggest sequels to one of the biggest RPG games ever made. That means doubling the story, doubling the map, doubling the characters, doubling the mechanics, new aiming system, new perks, new weapons, new everything in 18 months. It was absolute hell for the Obsidian community. But unlike Bethesda, Obsidian is actually a very competent game studio, and even in that short span of 18 months, they managed to make a game so good, so much better than the previous, in such a short span of time. God knows what they could have done with just more than just 18 months. But we still got this product, and what it came of was Fallout New Vegas. Now, it would be criminal of me to not start off this video talking about the story. The story is so enriching, so good, so juicy, so detailed. Every decision you make inside of the game affects the world around you. This game is literally defined by your choices and what you do, which paths you take, which morality you set for yourself. For every character that you either make friends with or kill, it changes everything around the fucking world, in which games, not even to this day, still can't accomplish. And these motherfuckers managed to do it in 18 months, okay? So, let's start off at the beginning. So I'm not going to spoil anything for you, which, by the way, the footage that you're seeing right now is not my footage. I'll be linking the people who made this footage in the description, so they get their due credit. So when you start off with the game, you start off shot by a man in a Deckard suit named Benny. So you go out to the Mojave Wasteland. You wake up in Good Springs. Good old Doc Mitchell helps you up, tries to get the bullet out of your brain and helps you get on your feet, hands you a Pip-Boy, and off you go. The game doesn't really hold your hand. It doesn't tell you where to go or what to do. You just go and do whatever you please. It is very open. It does not hold your hand. It does not leave you breadcrumbs, okay? It does everything in its power to make sure you have the freedom and you have the choice to go wherever, to whoever, to whenever, alright? This game is the definition of freedom of choice. Everything you do is on your own standard. You don't have to do anything. The only things you have to do is the things you do that you set for yourself. The choices you make. Everything, every cataclysm, every big decision, every something huge that happens within the game, it's because of you. It's because of your choices and what you did. If, let's say, you go kill some random dude, an entire fucking faction could be hunting your ass down. Hell, even the main dude will probably step down and face you in a one-on-one combat for leadership. You know why? because it was your decision. Open-ended gameplay, open-ended storytelling. It's so good, so enriching. Makes you feel like you're actually in the fucking game, which most RPGs do not do anymore. They hold your hand, they make you do this, make you do that. It doesn't give you the freedom of choice. New Vegas completely wipes that shit off the table, holds up the middle finger, says fuck you. We're gonna let the player do what they want to do, because this is a game. This isn't a movie, this isn't a show, this is a game. For your choices to actually matter within the game. That's what's so good about this game. The narrative. The narrative is literally the best part of this game. The best in the series, and honestly, in my opinion, one of the best in gaming history. It rivals things like The Last of Us, with the narrative. It just draws you in so much. And the narrative and the world too. We'll get into the world later, but the narrative and the world really balance each other out in this circus show, like tossing balls up into the air and juggling. It's just juggling all these things in such a coherent way to where the world and the narrative really just balance out each other and makes each segment of everything just go up in quality. It's absolutely fucking astonishing how these guys managed to do this in 18 months. Obsidian, hats off to you for such a great and endearing narrative. Now let's talk about, in my opinion, the most meh part of the game, the combat. Now the combat works, it does what it needs to, fight as many as people as you can, kill the people, do what you need to do, okay? But in my opinion, it's the most meh part of the game. It's just to get you by, to get to those really good story beats. So, for those consequences and what you do in combat to actually set into the world. The combat is there to get you through the story, in my opinion. If you played Fallout 3, it's the exact same in Fallout New Vegas, just with the new aim down sights, which does improve it a lot better, because in Fallout 3 you literally had to fire from the hip, and aiming with certain weapons was not the greatest. So it is nice to now have that mechanic for aiming down, but it's just not it's not the thing you want to play it for. I mean, sure, for PC, yeah, you can update, for PC, the mods are expansive for the game, better gameplay, all this and that, whatever, but I'm talking base game only. And with the base game, it's just nothing to shout about. Although the new weapons do make it sometimes fun, like the new melee weapons, new energy weapons, that really give the game a unique style for combat. But if you're playing it, play it. It's just there to get you through the story, and in which sometimes the combat is appropriate, because the combat will lead into the decisions you make, and sometimes combat will change the world around you, which is, fits into the narrative of everything you do has an outcome. All my most funnest memories in combat are kind of vague though, so this segment is the one I can really just say, yeah, it's there because it's needed. Although I do have one clip though of something very funny. The theme of the game is the pick two out of the worst evils. There is no good person in New Vegas. And all across the Mojave, there is not a single good person. No person that you can really just look up to and say, oh my god, this is the type of person, of example. Someone that we need to look up to. The game doesn't have that. The game makes you choose the worst, the best evil you can possibly find. No faction, no group of people, no person in this game has a good motive. The NCR, yeah, they proclaim to seek justice and put law and order into New Vegas, but they discriminate across all of the fucking Mojave against the regular people, against ghouls, against everybody. Caesar's Legion, they oppose to have freedom and go back to the old ways, but their brutality and their murder of innocent people is what's holding them back, with especially Caesar. The Brotherhood of Steel, another example, a militarized group that wants to make the world a better place, but they're so secret and they want to make sure they hide all of their fancy technology from the rest of the world so they can't get their grubby hands on it. That's what makes this game just amazing. The people that you have to side with, the awful people that you'll have to fucking do awful things with just to get your way and so they can get theirs. It's absolutely just fucking crazy how much detail was put into this game with every faction that you find. It's just absolutely astonishing what they were able to do. Every faction, there's no good person, no good faction, no good group, none. No good group for you to actually side with and say, hey, I support that. It's like pick your poison. Pick what you want to believe in. This is what the game's theme is. It's who would you root for? What evil would you root for? It's just picking the least evil. And that's what supports the endings. I'm not going to spoil them, but the endings are just like the rest of the game. It's your choice. Which faction do you side? What choices you made led up to the ending? It's just how it goes in the game. And the endings are beautiful. Absolutely astonishing. And every choice you make, every bad outcome or good outcome that you did in the game is shown in the ending. Damn near every choice you make. Every faction you either side with or kill, every person that you meet or kill, every bad thing or good thing you've ever done, it's in the ending and it tells you. And it's also voiced by the amazing Ron Perlman, which is, by the way, my fucking favorite Hellboy. The new one sucked. So, the theme of the game is pick the less of two evils. Hell, not even two, fucking quadrillion evils in the world, in the Mojave Wasteland. It's just absolutely fucking nuts that they have that much detail in their factions. And that kind of storytelling in games is just rare nowadays, to where your choices and the people that you side with actually affect the open world around you. It's just absolutely nuts. And I have to yet again appraise Obsidian for the dedication, the writers they had, the voice actors, the creative board, the visionaries, the world builders, absolutely everybody who is involved with this game. I slow clap to them, because that is rare, and especially back in 2010 where the technology was limited, hell, even more limited for this game, because it was just, to be honest, this game is just this, but more of it. But they managed to make it not just more of it, exceed it, and be one of the best games I've ever played in my fucking life. Which is saying a lot, because I don't expect a lot of good quality from a lot of games nowadays, but it's just shocking how well they managed to do it. So it's just slow clap to Obsidian again. The theme is just, it's beautifully implemented into the game with its storytelling, with the notes you find, the people you talk to. It's just absolutely great. In conclusion, wow, what a game. This game should have been the set example of what to do and how to make an open world game with an thrilling narrative, A world that just draws you in. Mechanics to make you really feel like you're actually in the world. RPG elements that are made to its peak. Just masterfully done. And for a game that was made in only 18 months, you gotta fucking give them hats off to them. You just gotta give them undying praise, because with a company like that, who wasn't known for their masterful narrative, especially in Fallout 1 and 2, it wasn't known for its great narrative. Hell, it wasn't even known for its gameplay beats, honestly. The turn-based combat, I played them both. It wasn't for me. But Fallout 1 and 2 are good games. But I think New Vegas really set the standard of how to do a MMO Western RPG. Well, not MMO. What did I say, MMO? A Western RPG right. How to do it correctly. How to do it masterfully. Hell, I'm not the biggest RPG guy. I don't play too many RPG games. The most I've played is the Fallout series, Elder Scrolls, and the Souls series. That's my kind of limit for RPGs. But god damn, does this game do it so good. It's just astounding. And all I gotta say is thank you, Obsidian, for the great game you have praised me with. And also fuck you to the people around me who told me this was trash. Suck a fucking dick, you assholes. So, thank you guys for watching. I know it's been a long time since I made a video, so I decided to give you something juicy. This doesn't mean I'm officially back. I'm only having this equipment for a short period of time, so I won't be able to be on the streams with James and Mike and Pocket Kitty. But thank you, James, Mike. Thank you, everyone in the community. I know you guys have been wishing me to come back, and I want to come back. But in the meantime, I hope this video really gives you what you want, gives you some of that bacon content you guys have been asking for. So, yeah. As always, stay Kino, stay comfy, and I'll sizzle with you later. Bye, guys.
Begin again in the night.